For those of you who watched this afternoon session, the second session, I'm doing this again, and I'm just going to show you perhaps a slightly better way of doing this lip and groove. So this is the sketch I've got for the lip. I've made it larger than what it needs to be. That's just to make sure that it cuts away enough when it goes around the corner and at the top. So this 0.5 and that 0.5 are not going to be needed. I'm going to draw the equivalent sketch for the lip on this sketch, just to remind me when I take the sketch across what it is that I'm looking for. This is an easier way to visualize. So I'm just going to create a sketch approximately as I want it to be. Down to there. And then from this point, there'll be an angle and another one from here across to there. Right, so let's just put some dimensions in. So that's 1 degree, and this is just because I know there'll be a taper of 1 degree, which I need to add in. I may as well do it. Oh, that's 12. 1. That there will be parallel to this line, so that's cool. And then that line will join up with this line, and that line with that line, and this 0.1, and then from there to there, 0.3. And that's to remind me to cut away 0.3 so that I've got the gap that I need. And then, of course, I will need to join those two lines up as well. But I don't need that for now. This is just, these few lines just remind me what it is that I'm looking for in the other sketch. Okay, so once I've got that, I'm going to Control C. So I've copied the sketch. Go out of here. Right. Okay, so here's my sketch. It has some construction lines in it which are not going to feature in the cut, and I want to cut that shape out of this wall. So go to Swept Cut. It'll ask me for the sketch profile, which is this closed profile, which doesn't seem to be, oh no, it is closed. And then next one it'll ask for is the path. So I select this inside line because I'm going to select the inside line on the other part as well. And you'll see it previews only a short section. So you could select, say, bidirectional and then go and right select and say select tangency, but that's not going to help. You have to go to this options dialog and you have to select tangent propagation, and then it'll show you it's selected the whole all the way around. So you'll see, because that sketch is larger, if it had been smaller or it had been equivalent to what I was cutting out, there'd be an odd sort of cutout over here. Okay, so that's the top bit. So I'm going to go across from the lid to the box. And I want to now add that sketch in on the same front plane. I'm going to make this line work just so I can see what's going on. Right, so Control V. Okay, so my sketch is in place, it's just not in the right orientation, so I need it to mirror just around that plane. So go to mirror, make sure the copy tick box is off, mirror about that line, so that's good. Okay, so, and now I can just pull this into place. So I'm going to say move entities, and it's this point here. It needs to be, see if I can get it to connect. It needs to be at that point. So this line here should line up with that line. It looks like it's not going to do it. All right, so let's just select this and delete. So I need this set of construction lines to be solid lines, and I need them to connect with a line at the bottom. And that line, that's just to remind me that I need to cut out a piece at the bottom. So let's just clean this one up. Okay, it's gone gray, so it's given me a complete sketch, and then dimension this. 1 cool 0.6, which is right because it's 0.7 minus 1, and then this should be a 1 degree line. 1 degree. There it is, 1 degree. So, and this should be 5 degrees. 5. Gonna round those off. So now I just need to locate the sketch. You can see it wants to. So I need to get that line and that line to be collinear, and then if possible, see if I can't get that point and this line, that one and that one to be coincident, and that's gone black. So it's fully defined, ready to go. So exit the sketch. There's my sketch. And this time I need a swept boss. So I've got the sketch selected, and then I just need to get the path. So the inside line, once again, if you go to the options button and you select tangent propagation, it'll do it for you. It's going to merge everything, merge result. And because I put that 1 degree taper in, it's already lined everything up nicely. So all I need now is to get rid of a 0.3, sort of another groove inside there to give me the gap that I need. So if I go back to the front plane and say sketch, just find this sketch so it's the starting point. Don't need to, but it's nice to start it on the same side. Okay, so it's on the left hand side, and then I just need to sketch from there to there like this. That and that can be collinear. This needs to be 0.3. We can give that a dimension just to control it. Oh, Control Z. So before I do that, let's just get this line and this line to be collinear. There we go. That edge and that line must be collinear. There we go. And now it's gone all black. What else was I going to do? That's good enough, I think. So exit. And that sketch is selected, so I can just say swept, no, wrong command. Swept cut, get hold of one of these edges, and then go back to options and say tangent propagation. It's going to cut it away. Okay, and you can see that it hasn't cut it away very nicely because it's left an extra edge. So what I need to do, go back to the sketch. I should be able to just make this larger. Let's see what happens when you do that. There we go, it's cut it away. So that's one of the problems. Let's just go back to 0.5. You'll see instantly it's left a sliver of an edge which I don't want. So that's why you sometimes have to make sure the sketch is larger, just to make sure it cuts properly. So yes, great, it's cut out. Let's go and have a look at what it does in the assembly. So there's my box with the lid. It's cut through it. and you can see it. It's got that's the 0.1 gap, and that's a 0.3 gap. So I've done exactly the same as what I showed you with the lip and groove. I'm just doing it manually. So the lip and groove feature does all of that for you, but perhaps this is easier to understand. I don't know. It's up to you. You decide which one you want to use. Okay, thanks for watching.